You would think that it would be really exciting and encouraging that you're going to a big, huge event and it's going to be a ton of fun and you're just relaxed and you're ready to go on a vacation to go to Endwar 2019. And I can tell you the exact opposite of that. It is very stressful. Very, very stressful. And I managed to eliminate some of that stress by realizing that none of the projects I planned on getting done before Endwar are actually going to get done. That doesn't mean that I don't have a bunch of stuff I'm going to be showing off later in this summer, or all throughout the summer, but for right now at Endwar, I'm not really going to have anything a whole lot new, at least for FoamCon and stuff like that. And then, of course, there's the whole Endwar itself, the actual game that we're all going to be playing. And I do hope to see you there and shoot zombies alongside you or tag humans alongside you. But of course, I have to come up with my human loadout, and, well, you probably have a good idea of what this is going to be, but I figured we should talk about it a little bit anyway. I could get some feedback from you guys a couple of days before I go to the actual event, and then, of course, I can tell you what my strategy is and why I built my whole loadout around this. So I figured probably the best role I could possibly fulfill, besides just being a pack mule, would be a support gunner. And I have the materials to do stuff like that because, well, I own a Dominator and about 11 mags for it. So that's like 490 something, almost 500 darts that I can carry on me ready to be fired at any time, which is a ludicrous amount. So of course, I've got my Vorn backpack on, and this is kind of the crux of my entire build because, well, I want to keep my hands and stuff free. I don't exactly want to be walking around constantly ready to shoot everything. I kind of want to be able to use my ability when I need it, and then when I need it, I just pull on this little thing right here, and I can pull out a blaster, a Dominator, a worker Dominator with one worker cage in it. And I have got this thing to hit about 100 FPS. That's shy of the 130 cap that Endwar has, but I shouldn't really need anything that powerful for HVZ. The extra distance could be cool, but I'm more concerned about rate of fire and, of course, the amount of darts I'm putting down range, and that's what this does really well, because it's got a thing on the side of it that lets me choose how fast it fires. And a 44 dart mag. That's about all I think I would need to take on just about any other situation. But if I do need to reload, in the off chance I do burn through an entire 44 dart mag, I can of course just get rid of a mag, or we'll talk about what gear I could have to save that mag, and pull out my second mag, which is conveniently located right on my hip on the backpack strap, which allows me to have, again, a good 88 darts on me with one quick reload in between. That's a lot. That's Nemesis levels with standard darts. It cost me like, what, 15 bucks for 400 darts? You're not gonna get that out of Rival. And I can also really easily control my rate of fire, and I'm using typical rounds, so it should be really easy for me to top up if I need to. And then, of course, the rest of my magazines can be located in the backpack. I can carry my extra additional 8 or 9 magazines back here, which, you know, I can't really easily access on me, but if I have to shoot more than 88 darts, plus whatever's in my secondary, plus my other secondary, which we will talk about, well, I probably deserve to go out in a blaze of glory anyway, or just get tagged from somebody who is around a corner, or of course, just walks up behind me. I have a feeling my death at Endwar will be very, very lame. And of course, if I need to put my blaster back, let's say I'm not doing anything or just kind of standing around talking, I do have to undo the strap on the chest, undo the strap around my waist, pull up the backpack, like very easily, and I say easily, it does take a little bit of effort, put this whole entire thing back in here. This is what I plan on practicing doing these next couple of days, because I'm only going to get better at this with time. It's quick deploy, it's not a quick sheath, but it holds it perfectly. It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all, which is really important for something like this. You'd think that having a bunch of gear on you would be really uncomfortable, and from somebody who wears a lot of gear on them most of the time, it is. And that's kind of why I'm only going with the chest rig and the backpack. Normally I have my battle belt on, but My main issue with the battle belt is it adds a lot of weight and a lot of drag, and while I'm not exactly the quickest fighter out on the field, I don't want to be the absolute slowest either. I want to be able to move around when I need to move around, and I don't want to put a whole bunch of unnecessary burden on me, so I'm planning on only doing this, but that does kind of mean that I can't easily ditch my mags. I do have a thigh drop bag that I could potentially use, but fat kids and thigh things just don't really work out that well, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. I kind of wish I had another style of just really simple belt that fit on me, but I don't. For secondaries, well, this was my first choice because of course this hits just about 120, 130, and of course it's really easy for me to top up through any kind of katana or this printed mag. This is only an 8-round Vorpal mag, but I mean, it looks cool, and 8 rounds is probably good enough, and it's extremely accurate, and it's really easy for me to top up, and it diversifies my ammo a little bit, so I can use half darts in this thing, full lengths in my other thing. Should be pretty good to go on that front, and it's just cool. I mean, why wouldn't you want to use a spam Falcon Fire? So this is probably what my secondary will be, and I will, of course, keep it samurai style right in my chest rig right there, because that's just the easiest thing to do. And maybe this is a fat kid special right here, because my gut helps me perfectly pocket it right there, and it won't fall out or anything like that, when finding a normal holster for this might be incredibly difficult. Now, that wasn't my original choice, although I would still have this blaster on me. My actual secondary is a blaster I don't particularly have at this moment, but a lot of people, Scotty Tyrell, Casual Felon, a whole bunch of you, a big long list of names donated to get me an FDL for some insane reason. So I have the weebest FDL I could possibly get. Here's a teaser, and I can't wait to do the video on this thing. But the entire point of that was I was going to have a 40 dart or 44 dart FDL as a secondary on my hip, because then I could free up my other blaster, draw my FDL, and I could have, well, 2 44 dart full auto monstrosities easily ready to be used. And that would also mean I would have another 44 darts on me that I could use at any time, bringing up my total ready to fire pretty much ammo capacity to like a lot. And that's without me having to get new magazines or anything out. That's just on my body, which is quite impressive. It's not perfect, but that's a lot. I should be able to get by with that much, unless I really need to have somebody get mags out of my pack and restock everything, or, you know, I'm probably gonna be dead at that point and be a zombie. And that's the good thing about having just not much gear, because when I get to be a zombie, it's really easy to stuff everything in the backpack and go on my happy way. But this also leaves out a couple very important things. Socks are gonna be really easy for me to come by, but I am not quite sure if Endwar has special zombies. Most of the time there are special infected that will require a different ammo type to destroy or stun or anything like that. And well, most of the time that's a Demolisher Rocket or a Mega Dart. And at the moment, I don't really have anything that would work good for a Demolisher Rocket or Mega Dart. I kind of want to see if I can't put something on the end of my Talon Claw that would allow me to shoot Mega and, well, Demolisher Rockets at sub 130 FPS, which shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. And that would give me the ability to easily shoot 2 or 3 rockets or a couple of Mega Darts on me to diversify things a little bit more. Or my triple torch. And the problem with the triple torch is while it will shoot most of those things, it doesn't shoot them very well. The range is really bad, and when you're going up against, you know, special infected and stuff like that, or zombies in general, you kind of don't want to be close to them at all. So I'm not really sure what to do on that one. I do know that I will have socks on me. Socks usually stun those special infected as well, but we'll have to see. But you're talking about throwing a sock. I'm a fat kid. I haven't done a whole lot of sports ball in my time. And even when I did, it was like basketball, which isn't really good for throwing things. So yeah, I kind of could probably use some help with that and some ideas in general in the coming days up before Endwar. I have a little bit of time left to kind of refine my loadout, but this is kind of what I went with, and well, it's probably all in vain because I'm just going to get tagged out immediately anyway, but for the little bit of time that I get to feel like I'm doing something important, it could be cool to have a proper loadout and get to do my one play of the day and then fade off into obscurity and try to tag people as a fat zombie. I have a feeling I'll just be a better shield than most other things, but hey, that's the name of the game. So please let me know down in the comment section if you have any ideas of how I could kind of make things a little bit better. I have a specific strategy in mind. I don't really want to be a point man or anything like that. I want to kind of cover people and whatnot, but I do want to kind of have the ability to do certain things in certain situations and not be that guy that has 400,000 darts on them, and yet here's the thing that requires a mega dart and I'm completely useless. Like a fighter that only has a sword and doesn't carry like a blunt weapon on them. Hey, there's a skeleton! Your sword's not gonna do a whole bunch against a skeleton. If you have like a stick or something, you could really whack a skeleton though. That would work really good, but no, you have a rapier. You're really good with a rapier. Good job, man, you're that guy. But other than that, I really hope to see everybody I can there. I will have a booth at FoamCon. It should be a lot of fun, and if you're not gonna be at Endwar, don't worry too much, because I'll also be at Ragnarok Oktoberfest in October, so there's lots of chances to meet me, and hopefully many more in the future. But regardless, thank you very much for watching this video. I am, of course, Walcom S7, and I do hope to see you in an entirely different one. And at FoamCon, and Endwar, and Ragnarok Oktoberfest, and whatever else event I go to.
You gotta